You would have thought tonight's set list was created by Professor Utonium. Dave went back to the lab and made a set that had sugar, spice, and everything nice. And it blossomed into the best set so far, giving hope to those who spent a lot of money on some upcoming tour dates. The D&B post-show stream starts now with what I consider the real tour opener.
Got it going on like a dog with the television on, staring blankly at the screen the way you do. I keep you there and your money too. If you all line up inside of here, do what I tell you and everything'll be okay. And if you're lost, I got a bobblehead Jesus. Get on your knees, that Jesus, I please ya. The money is clean, cause we scrap it good. With guns and gasoline, we could save the world. Nothing's obscene if we only close our eyes. Boys and girls, welcome to this joyride. Come on, the line, get in line and everything I'll be fine. We got tossed out trouble to the wind. We beat them all like we did in the end. The money is clean, cause we scrub it good with guns and gasoline. I'm gonna save the world. Nothing's obscene if we only close our eyes. Boys and girls, welcome to this joyride. 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 Alright. Coming up a little song says get by, taking everything into account the way you should. Line it up, cause to be so good.
We'll be starting soon.
The money is clean, cause we scrub it good with guns and gasoline. I'm gonna save the world. Nothing's obscene, cause we only close our eyes. Boys and girls, welcome to this joyride. Joyride. It's a joyride. Joyride. Thank you.
It's your boy Concert Viz 34 back at home.
What up, what up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34.
Yep, so your boy Concert Viz 34 coming to you here.
What up, what up? It's your boy Concert Viz 34. Thank you. Aria. Okay, so this is Aria, and just tell us a little bit about yourself and about your love for the Dave Matthews Band.
I've been a fan of the band since April 28, 1998, and if you recognize the date, that's when Before These Crowded Streets was released.
Alpine is definitely a better venue than Summerfest, but we'll take it. I think I've been going to shows for about 20-something years.
I always tell people, like, compare DMB to now to when I first started. And I got started, in my opinion, I feel like I got started late. Like, I was at the very end of the band's prime. I feel like that 03 to 06 was like the end of the prime. 07, 08 was like, you know, we're at the very end. And then when Roy passed.
But Dave really, this is the thing. Dave has put, Rashawn has been assigned the quarterback of this team. He is the coach, the play caller. He designs the jams. Dave just shows up and plays whatever he's going to play. Shout out to the land. Akron, what up? Cleveland Heights, what up? Shout out Toledo. RIP to the Rico Coliseum. Youngstown, what up? Shout out to Lake Erie. Shout out to that Machine Gun Kelly rebrand. Just kidding, it's trash. He's a bad pop star. Cuyahoga County, stand up. Shaker Heights, what up? Shout out Brook Park. Seven Hills, what up? Don't pay for that Brown Stadium. Make the owner pay for it. Thoughts and prayers to all Browns fans. Y'all team's trash. What up, what up? It's your boy ConcertViz34. And my, oh my, I had concerns about, well, I tried to alleviate your guys' concerns about the first weekend of this tour. And I said, listen, they're gonna build it up slowly but surely, steady as we go. And even I underestimated what this band did. I think Aunt Betty called Dave and said, David, you're making the trash set list. Put some bangers in here, David. Come on, David. Step your game up. Cover your catalog deeper. I love you, David. Keep up the good work. And Dave, I don't know what happened, but this set was a whole new world. I mean, everyone knew Word Up was going to be played for the 300th time. But what I told you guys about Live Track 69, that's not Mansfield, Guilford Night 1 last year. Why I thought it was so good and I was happy it was a live tracks is because the majority of that release were songs before the passing of Leroy Moore. What do we have tonight? The majority of the songs tonight were before the passing. They made a live stage before Leroy Moore passed away. 3 busted sub songs. 2 from Remember Two Things, including a Jane opener. 2 Under the Table and Dreaming. 2 Crash. Now, there were 2 cover songs, but the Watchtower was mid-set. In the Word Up, listen, I'll suffer through a Word Up if it's surrounded by this greatness, right? We had 2 Walk Around the Moon, but we had Ocean and the Butterfly. Light, it was a TV timeout for the band. Now, only one Before These Crowded Streets song. Still, nonetheless, yes, just Crush, but I mean, this set's still phenomenal. 1 Every Day, 1 Unreleased, 1 Stand Up, 1 Big Whiskey, and the Big Whiskey song was the first dive in since I saw it for my first time at Mohegan Night 1, 2021. And then 1 song from Come Tomorrow, which I could have done without, but it is what it is. By the way, side note, I went to the Pod That Jane Likes live podcast in Saratoga Springs, New York last year, and Rodrigo was the guest. There are 2 songs that the band actually trolls Rodrigo with. He said this himself. It's the 2 songs he just doesn't like at all. Everything else in the catalog, even if it's not his favorite, he doesn't mind. He can't stand Come On, and he can't stand Louisiana Bayou. And I'm right on there with him. So Come On is a song that they troll Rodrigo with. He is currently taking pictures for the band. He is the current photographer that's with them. They had, I believe they had 2 photographers last weekend for at least one of those shows. But Rodrigo Simas, who, you know, is really helped this band grow its fan base in Brazil. He's with the band. He's taking pictures and they like to troll him. So we may see Bayou tomorrow just because they troll him hard, which is funny. But this set, I mean, again, you start off with all of these great classic songs. And even Satellite, which was it's a bathroom break song for many longtime fans. It sounded great on Sirius XM radio, Dave Matthews Band Channel 30. By the way, if you do not have it, don't be cheap. If you buy an alcoholic drink at a show, this is cheaper per month than one of those drinks at the shows. SiriusXM app, get it on your phone. Why do I say that? Because you get out of the car, you lose it. And the app has replays of these Friday night concert series that come out within about a day of the actual premiere tonight. But they took every single song that we wish we had almost. Big Eyed Fish, Bartender, Busted Stuff, Say Goodbye. And they put it in the first part of this show. The Dive In, that's only the 40th ever play of Dive In. A lot of Big Whiskey songs have been played front, back, left, center. I'm sick of them. I don't need another performance of a lot of the Big Whiskey songs. I like Dive In. I know some people don't like it, but I actually like it because I've only heard it once. I was not seeing this band in 2009 and 2010 when it was played the most. But this is the type of show that I believe is worth taking that extra trip for. Because if you like the hits, they played Satellite, they played The Space Between. But if you like covers, they played Word Up and Watchtower. I don't like when they cover, but I know a lot of people do. And again, most of the people, you watch my stream, you follow me on X, it's because like me, you love deep cuts, and we got a lot of them today. Is this the best show ever? No. I talked to my friend Alan, and he said the middle of the show, it started to slow down. Now, the band has to take what I call these TV timeouts. Like they just have to take those breaks, and that's why you get a come on to slow down the pace, let them cool off a bit. That's how you get what else was kind of slow? Ocean and the Butterfly, which I don't mind. And you get like a space between, just so Dave does something kind of simple. He gets his hands rested. but this show is what people were hoping for. And this is also something where, again, I told you guys, I would not be everyone asking me because I live with 2.5 hours from Bethel. I live about 90 minutes from Boston. People were like, oh, let me know if you go last minute. And I appreciate you guys. Some of you guys had tickets for those shows for face value. And I said, listen, I got my baby boy at home. I'm only going to certain shows. I'm not, and these tickets are so expensive this year. I'm only going to a certain amount of shows. I want to maximize it. And so I said, I'm skipping Boston Calling. I'm skipping Bethel. Even if something crazy came out in Bethel, I'd be happy for you guys. But it was not worth the risk. This band started out with a bunch of festival shows before the official summer tour. And then this past first weekend was a Bethel show that is a venue that has a lot of casual fans. They don't get a lot of D&B shows yearly. They kind of get them every couple years, if that. So they start off at a casual kind of, venue with a lot of casuals, and then they do a festival show. Then they do Lakeview, Syracuse on a Tuesday. So I was not shocked at the level of songs the first 3 shows. I was absolutely shocked tonight that I thought they would have had one of these kind of these bangers that I see in the first 8. Satellite's not a banger, but I'll just listen. It sounded great today. It sounded great. This band sounds amazing. They sound like they last year Europe really pushed them, but they were exhausted by the summer tour. This year they feel rested and confident with the material, and they sound great. Even if it's a song that I don't like Satellite, it sounded great on Sirius XM. Dave Matthews Band, radio, channel 30. I know someone's going to say it. Oh, take that, set list haters. Like someone always says, when everyone is happy about a set list like this, people who like the basic of sets who don't care what Dave plays. Yeah, you see, you're happy now? Take that. Yeah, we will take this. I want Dave to prove us wrong. I want him to stand on business and come out the gate. Jane, fish tender, bartender, satellite, quick break, busted stuff, crush, dive in, say goodbye. The only thing, mid-set watchtower. I please, Dave, prove the haters wrong. Say it with your chest, young fella. And let me just check in here to... Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to bring on Connor. One thing before I get him on with this venue, Blossom, a lot of times the cell phone connectivities aren't as good. So I had some other guests that I was going to have on standby. I will have to call 2 of them later on in the show. And then we're waiting for Michael. I do not see Michael. And again, it may just be there's certain service issues depending on your cell phone provider, depending on where you are in this traffic. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and bring on Connor here. Let me just make sure the set list is up. Give me 1 second, folks. Oh, that did not work. Okay. Well, we'll get them on. And thank you guys for checking out the post-show stream. If you guys are going to a show and want to be a guest on the post-show stream, please reach out to me on X, Facebook, Instagram. All right, here we go. We're going to get him on. All right, let's just see here. We got Connor on. Connor, how you doing? Hold on. Give me 1 second. We're going to take you off and then add you on. I have to get your sound levels right. Bear with me, folks. That was on me. I got to fix that because it's echoing, but that's because I didn't set your... We're going to control. All right. Connor, you're back on. How was this show? Walk us through your experience tonight.
The show was awesome. I liked the set list variety, how different it was from Bethel and Syracuse and the Boston Calling show. And I feel like Dave was he's very aware of his set list writing. Like he plays for the crowd that will be attending the shows, and gets and out show just from the four times I've been there. And like Minaret, Guide Fish, Bartend, some of the new stuff. I really enjoyed every song from the show tonight.
And let's start from the beginning of this process. How was it getting into the venue as far as lines and traffic and things like that?
Getting into the venue wasn't bad. Like it was very quick. Security scanning, like we didn't even have to take anything out of our pockets. They just used like thermal detection when we went in. So like I never had to remove my phone out of my pockets. But it was odd. Once we got in, like the most of the venue opens at 6, but they don't open the lawn until 6:30. So they had everyone waiting behind this fence just to get into their spots. And I thought that was really strange. I don't recall them ever doing that here before, but it is what it is. We got where we wanted to go, and it was easy from there. But that was just like a weird thing that I had to point out.
And what'd you think about the sound tonight?
The sound was great. So where we sit in Blossom, we kind of position ourselves in front of one of the speakers that go out towards the lawn. And at the beginning of the show was really loud. Like they had Tim turned up unnecessarily loud. Like we know back in like 2018, they had Tim up very loud all the time, but it was just like that for the first few songs. But aside from that minor hiccup, the sound was great.
Gotcha. So they were able to work past it and turn them down and balance everything out.
Oh yeah, they were. We could hear Dave's acoustic guitar by the third or fourth song.
And let's talk about this opening run from Jane all the way to, you could probably say, Watchtower. What was like the biggest, not necessarily your favorite song, but the biggest surprise that you saw in the first 10 songs tonight?
I mean, the big-eyed fish bartender was pretty cool. We don't usually see fish tenders this early in the tour, so it might be they might get like 7 to 8 fish tenders throughout the year, and they'll spread them out to multiple different locations. I thought that was great. Dive In, first time in 4 years that they played that song. And to note, from Crush to the end of Watchtower, it was raining. I wouldn't say like a downpour, but it got to like a decent amount of rain throughout that. So it was really cool to dance to all those songs in the rain and kind of have a party out there. But yeah, Dive In was phenomenal. They sounded like they've been playing it, pretty regularly. They didn't mess anything up. But and the mid-set Watchtower was great. I'm not really the biggest fan of them closing with a cover. So to get that song in the middle of the show was pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's something I always say is don't close with Watchtower or any cover. They did not do that tonight. They closed with Warehouse. As far as the weather, you said rainy. What was the temperature like?
It wasn't Bethel cold. I'd say it was like low 60s throughout the entirety of the evening. It never got to a point where it was unbearably cold. It was just like that little bit of rain for probably 40 minutes, and then it was perfectly calm for the rest of the night.
All right, and the talk of this tour is that this is the year of Word Up. What did you personally think of Word Up, hearing it here tonight?
I didn't hate Word Up as much as I thought I did. I don't know if my opinions will be different by the Gorge. Because, like, to me, Let's Dance from last year, they beat that song into the ground, and I was so tired of hearing it. I had fun the first time I heard it, though, tonight. Like, it was cool seeing the crowd interact with Rashawn, like when he says to wave your hands in the air. I had a good time. I danced to it a little bit. It was interesting, too. They usually do so much to say, anyone seen the bridge, too much fake Word Up. this was the first time they did a standalone Word Up for the tour this year.
Yeah, and they do it right after the Ocean and the Butterfly. Another thing that was interesting here, you know, everyone's been worried about Madman's Eyes. It's been played a lot. You got a Madman's Fake into Minarets. What was it like to kind of guess or figure out what was going to go on in that moment?
I mean, it's actually pretty easy to guess. Once they get Jeff on the screen, you just look at how many saxophones he has. If he has the soprano and the big saxophone, that's when they're going into Madman's Eyes. But when he has just the soprano, that's when we knew it was Minarets. So I figured that out pretty quickly, as opposed to maybe some of the other people at the show. But I like it when they mix up, they incorporate that intro to other songs because Madman's is like my fifth most heard song, and I've only been hearing it for 2 years. So they've been playing that a lot. So I'm glad that they mix it up a bit.
Gotcha. Yeah, and that's true because if he has the Barry, he's got the double barrel. You know, the soprano and Barry strapped up. You know what's gonna hit there. What was the loudest? What song got the loudest crowd reaction?
I really want to say Watchtower. Like right when Dave got going on that guitar, just the pop from that crowd was incredible. Another moment was Crush when it started to rain. It was during like the final chorus when it really started pouring down and people were cheering during that. But I definitely say Watchtower got the loudest pop.
All right, and then final thing here. Of course, we know your father. I know this is his 100th show. You guys love the poster game. Uh, what poster or posters did you get tonight?
We just got the regular show poster. We figured we'd get the tour poster somewhere else. We're kind of taking it easy on merch today, but we just got the regular one. Debated on doing a foil, and I realized it was 150 bucks, and I just didn't want to spend that money today. So I only walked out with one regular poster.
All right. Well, yeah. Start off slow, and I know you guys got the gorge, and that's where you're gonna probably see some of the best work of the year. So you know no reason to get overzealous with this one. Not a methane, but I thought it was still something different. Hey Connor, we'll definitely check in with you on your other shows, and thank you for being on tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. I'll chat with you when I'm at Riverbend.
All right. Take care.
Have a good night.
All right. So thanks to Connor for coming on there. And he comes in, and his father, he's a second generation DMB fan. His father grew up in the 90s listening to them, and his father had his 100th show today there. So congratulations to him. All right. We're going to try to get to the. All right. Let me see. Because we got some people. I'm going to try to get this over to a couple of people here. But yeah, that Minarets, like, when you think about everything that went right for this show versus the other shows of the year, instead of getting Madman, you get Minarets. Instead of getting Watchtower to close the encore, you get it in the mid set. Instead of having When the World Is Anywhere on here, you don't have it. No You and Me, no Jimmy. And that's the thing is, like, as much as, yeah, people, Word Up is very controversial, at least it's quick. There's no Jimmy thing tonight. There was no, and here's another positive, there was no So Damn Lucky, which to me is a song that I actually enjoy, but it's been overplayed and it's been ending too many shows, been in too many encores, in my opinion. It's a song of gratitude, and I think last year, with how rigorous the tour was for them to go from Europe to the United States and play all those shows, it was on their mind, but it didn't need to be played as much as it was last year. So I like how we're not seeing it even yet. I think that's a positive when you don't have some of those songs in. Tripping Billy's the close out, first time since 2022. All right, I'm going to try to see. I'm gonna try to get people into the. It's easier to get them on this interview screen than it is to call them. Okay, so we're gonna get Darren on in a well. We'll get Darren on in a second. I want to just pop over. I want to try to get some people in the chat. Can go through the link. And thank you guys for your patience. I definitely want to hear some different opinions here. And so let's see. All right, so we're gonna try to get Darren and Mike on in a little bit, but I do want to try to reach out to a couple of people, and then we have at the end we'll play Alan's thoughts here. Alan has been a long time supporter of my channel, and I every now and then we catch up. Met at Mohegan a couple years ago. Real good dude. And let's see, Luke. All right, we'll hold off Luke to the end. Let me go to Tony C. So I'm going to call Tony C right now. And that way we can get him in.
Hello.
Tony C, how you doing?
Good. How are you, man?
I'm doing well. You're live on the post-show stream. Tell us about your first show tonight of the year.
Well, I got beef with Ticketmaster, that's for sure, because I couldn't load my ticket. Blossom's out in the middle of nowhere, and there was a large amount of people at the box office, specifically people with Androids, from what I observed, that couldn't get their Ticketmaster app to work, and I was one of them. And then by the time they looked it up and brought the manager over, it said that I didn't make the purchase of the ticket. And long story short, because I'm definitely not trying to bitch on your show, but by the time I got in, they were just finishing bartender. So
Oh no.
Yeah, it was okay. I mean, I got settled in, and I enjoyed the rest of the show. So it was a good show. I could hear them playing it, so I didn't fully miss it, if that makes sense, right?
Yeah, you could hear it, but obviously it's a different feeling when you're relaxed at your seat.
Yeah, so after I got to my seat just as bartender was ending, and then it was smooth sailing from there. I was right by the soundboard and took a couple of videos. They were, they turned out good. It was nice and center cut. I thought my favorite performance of the night was You Might Die Trying. It was really tight, a lot of energy, and my section was enjoying it. It was cool. Finally got my minarets too, so at the end of the day, that was a highlight for me. And I knew I knew once they were starting off with Madman's that it was going to be the fake. Boy, Connor really knows his stuff, huh?
Yeah, he studies the songs and the flows and things like that. So he's usually really on his game there. There's obviously new lighting, the rigging. What did you think about the new lighting setup and stage backdrops?
I like it. I like when they change it. The circles, the circular lighting pods above them kind of look like spaceships, especially when they're certain colors. So, and Blossom's cool because they got that it's actually not wood, it's metal, but it's painted to look like wood. And the way that the lights reflect and refract off off of the it looks like it's like planking. So like when the lights hit it, it's really cool. Have you ever been to Blossom?
I have not.
Yeah, it's a good one, but it was pretty rough today. I don't know. The staff, God bless, the staff seemed a little bit overwhelmed, and they had some because this was my 4th time going there, and it didn't things operated differently. I was able to get stubs the other times that I went, and that didn't work out. So it's all good. I mean, I left a little early to miss the traffic, and I guess I'm to that point in my DMB fandom where I feel I've seen so many shows that it's okay to leave a little bit early to take care of other stuff in life,
What?
And I gotta get home and get some rest. So
When did you leave? What song?
well, it's funny because I got to talk to Rob today, and I could see the set list, and I took a peek at it because I was right behind the soundboard, the very first row there, and I saw that Warehouse was going to be the last song, and I probably stayed for maybe half a Warehouse, and then I slowly made my way up. In Blossom, the walk from the parking lot to the actual amphitheater is a bear. It's the farthest I've ever had to walk from a place that you park to the place that you eventually end up seeing the show. It's kind of crazy.
Yeah, and I've heard some horror stories about
Dude, it's like
the
a
general.
3-mile walk. It's like a 2 or 3 mile walk. I mean, maybe I'm exaggerating it, but it's like a 15-minute ordeal, maybe even 20.
Gotcha. Yeah, I've heard it, and even the chatter amongst the D&B community, first time visitors, veterans. There was a lot of just people talking about, okay, what parking should I get? How bad is the general parking? And people use comparisons to Mansfield and some other venues where the traffic it takes forever. So I know that's a concern. I know even previous Blossom years, getting you guys on the phone from the parking lots is hard. So obviously you left early. You saw Warehouse was going to close. You left, and you have better service. But I know it's been a challenge to get people on the post-show stream from the parking lots because there's just no service. As you said, Android users having issues tonight downloading tickets. Any other final thoughts about this show?
No, it was good. I mean, Blossom's cool. It's real beautiful. It was muddy. I didn't even notice that it rained because I was in the pavilion. So there was, and I don't. When I get to my seat, that's it. I lock in, and I don't drink beer or anything, so I don't have to have a pee song.
Gotcha. Yeah, nah, that's understandable. Well, hey, thank you, Tony C, for coming on. And
Yeah, thanks, man.
and
I hope your family's doing good, and you have a baby boy now, right?
yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the biggest blessing in the world. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, congratulations, man. I'm happy for you.
All right. You take care. Have a good one.
See you, dude.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
All right. So that's Tony C. And Tony C loves DMB, loves Fish, loves hip hop. Kind of post, the last, I would say 5 to 8 years really has gone heavy on shows. We've had him on the post show stream, lives in the Detroit area, originally from Jersey. So a pretty interesting path there. Richard says, are you going to SPAC? Yes, I am going to SPAC and Guildford. Those are my two of this year. Everything else, I just, it's really doubtful. While I'm talking, I'm going to get my guest set up for the interview screen that I'm going to transfer to. Give me one moment. Anyway, my two guests, you guys are muted, so don't worry if you guys are not live on the air right now. But yeah, I'm just maximizing the two night stands, and really you can pick any two night stands or one a single 2 night stand, and I think you're going to get the most optimal experience with this band. I said on X earlier today, please get this band away from festivals. Like what we got tonight, a little bit of everything for someone, but especially those deep cuts. Like that's awesome. That's awesome to me, and I can't see myself going to a festival show, even if unless it's literally in Hartford or Bridgeport or New Haven or Springfield, Mass. Those are cities that are very close to me, within 45 minutes of me each. I just don't see myself going to a festival show because you drive a couple hours, you're in a crowd, people are there all day, they're rowdy, they're drinking, and not even the other type of drugs were knocking people out at Boston Calling, allegedly. So it's just one of those things where I'm like, it's not for me. Not for me at all. But some people do, some people don't. Some of you guys like these festival sets. Some people don't mind. Some people can only go to the closest show by them, and sometimes that's a festival set. And so it is what it is. It is what it is. But I mean, you look at tonight and you look at last weekend, and it's like, it's a no brainer to really just go to the shows like this. Go to Blossom instead. All right, I'm going to bring on two guests here, and we're gonna just make sure everything is good to go. Should be Nick and Darren. Let me just get them off. Right, let me just see here. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
All right. Darren, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
All right. And then we got Nick, can you hear me?
Yep, I got you. Can you hear me, Marcus?
Talk again. Yes. Okay, perfect. Okay. So we got you guys on the line. Let's start with the hometown, the person who has, this is their home venue here. So Nick, tell us about this show. What'd you think?
Yeah, I thought it was great. The opener was awesome. With all the James likes, and then I honestly, I should they play Abilities again. They opened it with a line. Concerts.
All right. I think we're having a hard time hearing you, Nick. Yeah, Nick, it's showing you have like a low signal. All right, Nick, we're gonna just mute you because it's showing you have a low signal still. I'm gonna go over to Darren just because I think he's got a good connection. Darren, so you go to Syracuse earlier in the week, and then you go to the Blossom show tonight. What was the biggest difference between these two shows?
Hey, Marcus. Yeah, I'm also here with Leah. First, I mean, to quote Hawthorne Heights, Ohio is for lovers. has been really Ohio has been really good to us. I mean, this is our third Blossom show, and then last fall we were here for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and I just got to give it up to Ohio. Yeah, and also in Columbus, we also had Columbus last fall. So Ohio was good. I mean, we were ready to rock and roll here in Blossom. We had higher expectations for Blossom than we did Syracuse, obviously because Syracuse was just a Tuesday night, and Blossom never fails on a Friday night.
And what was your favorite part of the show here?
Oh man, I don't know. What was your favorite part? Oh yeah, fish tender. Yeah.
And I heard it was raining. I don't know if you guys were outside or in the pavilion. And listen, this tour was plagued by When the World Ends in that number 2 spot. You get a big-eyed fish at number 2, and then you have Bartender right after it. That is something special. Let me try. I'm gonna try to see if we got a better connection here with Nick. Nick, can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can you hear me, Marcus?
Can
you hear me?
Let's try. We're gonna try it real quick. Nick? What was your favorite part of the show?
Can you hear me at all?
Yeah,
we're driving, so it might be choppy still.
I can hear you now.
Okay, cool. Sorry about that. No, it was a good show overall. I thought Song that Jane Likes was a great opener. I thought the crowd was really good overall. And then I was kind of saying before, I thought that it was good they played Tripping Billies again. They played it for the opener last time, and they closed it this time. I thought it was nice they played it again. I don't really mind that they do it twice in the same at the same venue. I thought it was a really good show overall. Like very limited dead spots. I thought the one was dive, not a big issue for me, but it was a really good set.
And to add context to that Tripping Billies, so last year, like you said, the last show at Blossom, they opened with it, and there was some traffic that day. And so my friend Alan, we're gonna play his video at the end of the stream. He had a video review. He missed Tripping Billies last time because he was still like driving in, like stuck in some bad. I don't know what happened, but he was tied up. And so this year he got the full thing as the main set closer, and so it kind of was a redemption for him because he missed the Billy's opener last time. So pretty cool that they did that. You open with it 1 year, close with it another year. Was there any song that you got here for the first time tonight, Nick? As far as you never had heard it before today.
Well, so not to backtrack, but the Tripping Billies, I missed that too because we waited. It took 2 hours to get into the venue last year.
Wow.
We got there very early, and the line to get in was horrible. We went through a back road, and literally 2 hours to get in. So we missed it, which was nice. We got to hear it this time. So that was good. I honestly, the one that I don't think I've heard before, maybe is Dive, which I'm trying to think of what else I would have not heard before. I think that was the only one. Which is I'm not a huge fan of that song. It was good. But that was maybe the one that I haven't heard before. They don't play that very often, if I remember correctly. So that was probably the one. I thought the Watchtower mid-set was awesome. I mean, I love that song. I've heard it as a closer a million times, so I wasn't like looking for that. But hearing a mid-set was really good.
Yeah, Dive In, I believe it only has 40 plays all time. 40 plays all time. The rest of that Big Whiskey album, outside of Baby Blue and Alligator Pie, the rest of the album has been played so much. They beat it through the entire fan base from 2009 to about 2016-ish. It was just Big Whiskey all day, every day. So I think, like you said, I know other people who don't like the writing in that song. But it is a song that is rarer and a different change of pace from the heavy loud rock of that overwhelms Big Whiskey. This is more of a little bit of a quieter song that builds up at the solo. Um, what did you think of Word Up? Nick. Hello, Nick. Are you there? Okay. Let's go back to Darren and Leah. Darren, how was the crowd for Word Up tonight compared to Syracuse?
I think it popped again. And I think I heard Connor's comments earlier. I think I have to agree. I think early on in the tour, for the people that haven't heard Word Up yet, I think it's going to pop. But as the tour progresses, maybe people are going to hear it, two, three times, and it may not pop as much as we go throughout the tour.
Okay. And Leah, any kind of differences that you like maybe they played a song a little bit different tonight, or they were like the sound was different, or like someone really shined tonight that didn't shine in Syracuse in the band? Is Leah there?
Can you hear Leah?
No, not right. I can hear you, Darren. I don't.
So her comment was that one of the big surprises was the fact that Word Up came by itself. It wasn't part of the triplet anymore, the
Yeah.
fakes. So that was interesting for us.
Yeah, this is the first
Yeah,
song.
and it was yeah, and Carter kicked it off, right? There was no transition from another song. It was just Carter, and we were kind of like, wait, what Carter solo is this? And then all of a sudden, Word Up.
Yeah, I was trying to figure that out too because I listened to it on Sirius XM, and I was like, okay, they already did say goodbye, so what could it be? And obviously, it did end up with Word Up. And actually, we could hear on the broadcast there were some jerks were yelling, and the mics picked it up. But someone did say Word Up, and then all of a sudden it was played, and then someone was talking about their girl, like it's something about my wife or something. Say hi to my wife, or like I don't know. It was weird. So we did hear some of the fan banter. Did you hear a lot of people talking in between songs to try to get Dave's attention?
Was that?
Did you guys hear like was there a lot of people trying to like talk to Dave in between songs tonight?
I didn't hear anything, but we were so far back.
Yeah, we were in the 200 section, so we didn't really see or hear that.
Okay. Yeah, whenever Mike was set, one of the mics, there's a couple people yelling like Dave, da da da. Da. I was like, come on, guys.
I'm noticing though, Marcus. I'm looking at Jeff Coffin's post on social media. It was actually supposed to open with One Sweet World. I don't know if you saw that yet. It wasn't supposed to open with Jane. It was actually supposed to close with So Right after Tripping. So it's interesting that they switched up with set list and they cut that song out at the end. I wonder what happened, if they ran out of time or but I'm just looking at that now, just like that switch up is interesting.
Let me take a look here. Jeff Coffin.
And I know normally they'll do like equipment checks here and there, but it seemed like after Say Goodbye, they came out to Carter's drum kit a lot more than I had ever seen in any other show. I want to say for like 2 or 3 consecutive songs, they came out to Carter's drum kit to make some like changes or tightening or something. So I wonder if that caused So Right to go out or something.
Yeah, I mean, I know the biggest thing with So Right, Dave has the baritone guitar. I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna show everyone the set list. I'm gonna put Jeff's set list and save this to my desktop. Because yeah, this is interesting. Oh wait, this is that was I'm looking at the last one. Let's see. Let's find it here. Let's see if we can find the set list. We're looking on Facebook here. I don't.
Was it not Facebook or Instagram?
Was it
I saw it
Instagram?
on both. It was Instagram, and I think he saw it on posted on Facebook as well.
All right, we're gonna pull up Instagram here. All right.
While you do that, I was saying though earlier, shout out to everyone that was on the lawn tonight. It was cold. It was raining. Like you guys are like heroes out there on the lawn, bearing the elements.
All right, so we're gonna get this graphic up for everyone to see. So that way we'll get it up here in just a second.
Then, did I hear that right? Connor was asking if they normally will open up the first gate at 6, but hold you in the plaza till 6:30.
I believe so. That he did say that.
Yeah, for the 3 shows that we've been here at Blossom, that's always been the case. That they hold you at the plaza until about 6:30. Then they let the lawn and pit and everybody else kind of go in.
All right, we're gonna transfer 1 second just so everyone can see this. We'll get right back to this screen here. So let me just. All right. So if you guys can see here, yeah. So One Sweet World was supposed to open. I personally think this One Sweet World is a shell of itself without that acoustic intro. I wonder if they would have played it tonight, but I know it's a great song, but I just think it's almost like a waste of time if you don't have that acoustic intro. It's something about that adds some. So I think I would rather them open with Jane, in my opinion. I know most people like One Sweet World, but I just think it's without that acoustic intro from back in the day, and then Dave did it with Dave and Tim in Mexico. And then we have So Right to close, but they said did Tripping, Solo Warehouse. Okay. So there you go. This is the set that Jeff has. And to get back to you guys, Darren and Leah, I feel like Jeff Coffin, he's the person that actually will give us this behind the scenes of what may have been modified. The band doesn't necessarily share the set list picture or anything like that. It's like Jeff is that spokesperson.
Yeah, it's interesting. I always wait for his posts to see what were we really supposed to get tonight? Was it did it match or did they switch up anything? So yeah.
And sometimes I think he gets some of the brunt of the criticism, even though he's not writing this set. He may sign off and say, hey, I can't play that song tonight, but Dave is the one who would write it, who writes it. And he used to do that with his late friend Ian Kuhn. But obviously the band is still working through this set list process without Ian, who is missed and beloved there. Any other final thoughts for you guys tonight?
It was what we expected.
Yeah. I mean, Syracuse on a Tuesday, we were just like, all right, get our, first show of the tour in. But tonight we had some high expectations, and I think they met them. I also really can't think of anything that stood out because the whole night stood out. I didn't feel like there was any low points or like, oh yeah, there was only 2 good songs throughout the whole thing. I thought every song was appropriate. It had the right flow. Every solo was on point. No real issues. So yeah, I thought it was a great show, and can't wait to hear it back tomorrow on our drive back to Rochester.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. And also, thank you guys for passing along information going back from October about this Flecktones tour. I'm going to talk about that in a second. But you guys were critical in passing along information. Obviously, Darren, you reached out in October. Leah, you reached out yesterday to say, hey, here's some sites. Someone at work showed me this. And so we have Jeff Coffin rejoining the Flecktones for a special one-off type of tour where he's not leaving DMB. I just want to say that he's not leaving DMB, but he's going to be taking some time while DMB has some off time to play with his old band, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones.
Those dates, though, are hard. I feel like you're getting them trickling in there. You can't really find them easily online. There really isn't much on their social media pages. It's really tough to like find some of those venues where they're going to be. I wonder why it's so difficult, or why hasn't like been announced, but it's out there.
There are a lot of opposite day antithesis things with this tour. First of all, the tickets are very affordable for the caliber of band, and this being a reunion tour. Some of the, like Long Island, the most expensive ticket at Stony Brook is $77 plus fees.
Oh, wow.
I've seen bands with much less talent and much more washed up in the last couple of years try to pull some nostalgia back for much more. And then, like you said, a lot of times, hey, so-and-so's coming back to join the band for a special tour. Usually that's like, oh, snap, like Blink-182, right? They get back their guitarist, was it Tom DeLonge? They had Matt Skiba there, and it's like, hey, he's back now for good. And that first tour back, it's like they're telling everyone, right? And you'll get that with other lineup changes where someone comes back to a band or it's a final tour. It's not on the Flecktone site. It's people are sending me stuff. They just happen to look around or hear or just type in stuff at different theaters. There's no promotion, but this is something that is kind of a big deal for fans of the Flecktones and a lot of D&B fans and music fans in general who have always wanted to see it or who always love to see the Flecktones. So thank you again for passing that information along to me, and you guys have a good night. Safe travels back to Rochester.
Thanks, Marcus.
Thanks, Marcus.
Talk to you soon.
All right, bye. All right, so that is the set list, like we just said, and I wonder if One Sweet World will have that instrumental intro. Dave did mess with it in Mexico, and that's a game changer. I want to hear the song if they're gonna play the full thing with the intro. Play the intro, you cowards. That's kidding. Just kidding, Dave. I'm messing around. It's a joke. All right, so let's get over. We'll close out with this, and I mean, you can watch the video that I have on my YouTube page, which is very kind of like self-explanatory. But let's see. So, I'm getting to the post here. But essentially, last night, Leah sent me some links to 2 shows for the Flecktones, like a winter tour in December, and these are not on the website for Bela Fleck and the Flecktones. And the saxophonist for Dave Matthews Band is a former member. So when Leroy had the ATV accident, he could not play with the band, and then they called Jeff Coffin, who was with the Flecktones. Flecktones had opened for DMB, had guested on various members of the Flecktones have guested over the years. by themselves. Sometimes just Victor Wooten shows up. Sometimes Bela Fleck shows up just by himself. And then, you know, for this Gorge weekend on Saturday, the full band will be opening up. And maybe we'll see Jeff play with Bela Fleck and the Flecktones to promote this tour. So let's go ahead. I'm going to transition over here. And right here, this was the Miller Theater in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. This is a major city that would love to see the Flecktones. They probably, if they promoted this on the website, Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, this would be a huge thing, but it was not. This is just, and you could buy tickets. Tickets are available now, and it's not on the Flecktones website. Same thing with this show. Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, Jingle All the Way. This is in Rochester, where Leah and Darren live. The other thing that we have, so far, this is kind of a moving list, and I'm going to just take a shot of this because I don't want you to see my other notes. I have notes here. Let's go ahead and take a screenshot. And then we can open it up. But this is the list I have so far. And thank you to everyone who reached out, who said they found a show. So this is what we have so far for dates. November 30th, Ann Arbor, Michigan. University of Michigan is going to be hosting that, it looks like. Then December 11th, Rochester, New York. December 12th, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. December 13th, Stony Brook, New York. And then Go Dogs. I guess they're going down to Athens, Georgia. And they'll be at the University of Georgia there December 18th. So this tour is encroaching the period. Typically, DMB ends their quick fall tours, post-pandemic quick fall tours, the week before Thanksgiving. But I believe there's not going to be a fall tour. We have Live Nation marketing of the summer tour. And I don't think that they're lying or just messing around. Like, I don't think the band's going to be full band. Full DMB will not tour this fall. After the announced dates so far, you may see Dave and Tim, Dave solo, or some other stuff, or Sean hopping in with some other bands. But I just don't think that I really don't think the full band is touring. I know some people are like, I'm going to wait until you, and that's fine. If you're going to wait until we get to the fall, or wait until possibly an announcement after the Gorge to see what they say, or thank you for a great year, or Dave says at the end of the run of shows, that's it, thank you, like, okay, wait for that. But I really don't believe it. I'm not even getting rumors about a fall tour. And this time, sometimes by now someone's reaching out to me. Many of you guys may have information and you're reaching out to me to say, hey, like, I'm not hearing any of that right now. And things, again, it could still be a tour. I really think it's highly unlikely. I really don't think, like, the Tampa Bay Rays will actually find a home before DMB tours, a permanent building to play in with the roof, well, before DMB tours this fall. That's just my thoughts there. All right. Oh, let's go to Alan. He's got a video. I'm gonna play it. Actually, let me make sure I send this to myself. And then we'll get this. All right, so Alan has a quick video that he sent, about a 2-minute, 12-second video. So I'm going to play this. Shout out to Alan again, and early fan and supporter of my channel back when there was like 30 people watching me. Appreciate him. So this is Alan. Let's go ahead and listen to what he has to say here.
Hey, Concert Vids 34. It's Alan here, talking tunes, Nacho, however you know me. Just getting out of the Blossom show, Dave Matthews Band here in the nightmare traffic that concludes every evening at Blossom. And just checking in, letting you know how the show went. Lots of energy throughout the show. First parts of the set, definitely a highlight. 10 songs, 11 songs or so, up through Minarets, the Madman Eyes faking the Minarets. And then the tiny songs that were in the set there, they kind of ruined the flow a little bit. Not so much to say they're bad songs, just that it seemed like, okay, we're going to throw these tiny songs in here just so we can make a complete set and get everything in at a time. So that's probably my only complaint. But yeah, mid-set watchtower, always best watchtower is a mid-set watchtower. Big-eyed fish or fish tender, of course, definitely a highlight as well. It's my second fish tender. So yeah, energy, off the charts. That's always a good sign. Lots of tour debuts tonight, being the technically second show of the summer tour. Festivals excluded. So I just want to let you know, yeah, it was a great show. Really enjoyed it. We'll see what happens here tomorrow. Not going tomorrow, but I got to get out of this traffic jam and back home and up for work in the morning. So just checking in, letting you know it was a good show. Really enjoyed it. High energy throughout most of the show. I think that's the big highlight, and obviously all the tour debuts. So, all right, this is Alan talking tunes, Nacho at Blossom.
All right, so thank you to Alan for giving his time there, and always appreciate him checking in. So the band moves to the DMV, Columbia, Maryland. I believe that's Montgomery County. I used to spend my summers down there with my aunt. And PG County and Anne Arundel County when I was in high school there. And so I know that area from my childhood. I know a lot of it's changed in the last about 15 to 20 years since I was really down there. 02, 03, 04, 05 ish. I'd be, those were my stomping grounds for at least a couple weeks. One time I stayed a whole month of the summer down there with my aunt. And RIP to the ESPN zone. I used to be down in Baltimore, and the harbor, Inner Harbor, but that is no longer there. I remember back when it was new. I said, if I can't do the Baltimore accent. Shout out to Baltimore, though. Baltimore City and all the counties surrounding it. But it's a hard read on what's going to happen tomorrow, because last year the Merriweather sold out and they played a very casual fan set. And I think some of that was just attributed to they don't play that venue that often. But to me, my thought process is you got people from South Jersey, you got people from Virginia that have known this band for a long time, and they're all coming at a meeting point, a center point of Columbia, Maryland, just outside of DC. And so because of that, you have a lot of knowledgeable and hardcore fans on the Eastern Seaboard there. It's sold out, which doesn't happen a lot. Even SPAC doesn't sell out. A lot of the sellouts, they have to sell out the lawn. The hardest thing to sell out for DMB is the lawn, because you do have full crowds, but to get every single ticket sold for the lawn can be hard just because this fan base is older. And not everyone wants to sit on lawn chairs. Now you can't bring your own lawn chairs. So you have to rent one. And so, it's just one of those things where you'll get full crowds, near sellouts, but they just can't sell those extra lawn tickets for people that have to really scrunch in at the back. But Merriweather had that. So they sold it out. It's around some pretty big venues as far as mainstays on the tour. And they still just kind of played a casual set. I do hope there's more deep cuts this year and that people traveling out there get a great show. We'll see. All right, we'll close out with Dive In. The video. You guys may have seen this if you're a regular viewer of the stream, but we'll close out with this. I like this song. And I don't like certain songs that are kind of on the same level that you could argue the songwriting could be slightly better. It's sometimes a little too cheesy, but I like Dive In. And I'd rather hear it than a lot of other stuff from the newer albums. I'm talking post-Roy albums. So, Granny, aka Sandra Jones. Hope you're doing well. What else? There was a flash of lightning. Is that Alaska Pop? I can't read that. It's so small on my screen. But it looks like there was a straight up flash of lightning, and then Watchtower was on after that. That's pretty dope. And I think that's pretty much it. Kyle says based off the series. This is earlier in the chat. Based off the Sirius stream, the band sounded super enthusiastic from feeding off the crowd. Yeah, they sounded great on Sirius XM. Like it just in some of it may be just a change of Sirius XM seems to be doing more with this channel, and I think they stepped up the mix tonight. I don't know. It just sounded great tonight. And it sounded like this band was really, really polished. Cody says, if you want me to come on. Yeah, I'm about to hop off. Yes. And I know you were, Cody said, a great show. Topped Boston College. Calling, I think he's trying to say. But yeah, I'm going to head off, get some sleep. It is exciting times in my household with a baby now, but I got to get some sleep and have some peace on earth, as they call it. And I believe there's, I've been talking to some people about this. I do believe Peace on Earth is the actual name that may stick with this song. It may like that this may be the actual, I know there was Kill the Monsters, all sorts of stuff. It's possible Peace on Earth is the name of the song. That's the name of this song that Dave's been playing, is Peace on Earth. He may still be going back and forth. We don't know. That's what makes it fun. Remember, Only Takes a Moment turned into Cha-Cha at one point. Or Cha-Cha at one point was Only Takes a Moment. So sometimes these song titles change over time. And that's it. It's your boy ConserViz34. Take care, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Try to look busy till stay on my knees and keep praying. Even in something. Tell me everything is all taken care of by those qualified to take care of it all. Wake up, sleepyhead. I think the sun's a little brighter today. Smile and watch the icicles melt away and see the waters rise in summer's here to stay. And that sweet summer breeze will blow forever. Go down to the shore, kick off your shoes, dive in the empty ocean. One day you think we'll wake up in the world on its way to getting better. And if so, can you tell me how? Twisting, though we would like to believe that we are not in control, though we would love to believe. Wake up, sleepyhead. I think the sun's a little brighter today. Smile and watch the icicles melt away and see the waters rising. Summer's here to stay, and those sweet summer girls